Hello and welcome to another week of the weekly support and clarity from Spirit for you. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope you've had a great week. Yeah, it's been pretty interesting with all the energy movements and all that sort of thing going around. Just to let you know how I work. So I work with my guides and those in spirit who love me. I ask them to please come close to give everyone what they need for the upcoming week, give them any tips, techniques, practices, anything which they feel would work well with you this week. We're doing this from the Monday the 29th of August to Sunday the 4th of September. Yeah, and just on a personal note here, I had a very good friend, one of the best friends I've had ever, colleague, someone very close to me. Someone very close to me move on and go home. And is in the loving arms of the Great Spirit now and all her friends. So I want to dedicate this week's reading and for the next month, for the month of September. These are all for you, Layla. I love you. I miss you. And but I know you're okay. I know you're in the arms of friends. Okay. All right, so yeah, just getting on with the weekly readings. Just give me a second. I'll just tune in, seal off, and we'll get straight into our work together. So it's not that surprising to me, but they're talking about letting go and grief and moving and changing and shifting, and how that has really come to the forefront of a lot of our minds since COVID happened, but especially recently with the supermoons and that sort of thing, that there's been quite a lot of energy of release and change and transformation. And it's that sort of thing about recognizing that this happens because you've grown to a point that the old doesn't suit you anymore. And, this is actually something, even though transition can be very difficult, it's like the loss of somebody that you love incredibly well, massively. It could be a job, it could be a moving house, it could be a change in any way. That it's that thing where it happens because you're at a point where you're actually ready to transcend, you're actually ready to move on, you're actually ready to go into something much more beautiful and fabulous. And it's about, allowing yourself to honor the teachings or the fun, they just said, the joy, the happiness, the beauty in which occurred during that time, in whichever way it would be. If it's in a work front, it's what you learnt, the skill set and that sort of thing, and what you're able to personally do, relationships, houses, whatever. It's basically the same thing right across the board, but it's really about allowing yourself to recognize and honor what has really helped you, and then also to honor the fact that you don't need some of that stuff anymore, and then it's time to allow that to shift and to go and to move on, what is going to be more appropriate for you, and something that's going to be more in line with who you are and who you're actually becoming. We kind of forget that a lot of the time, because we can't see a lot of the time what's in front of us, and it's that thing about going, well, we forget that we're actually going into a bigger, a better, more beautiful, more loving, fantastic place. And sometimes that journey can be a little rough. So it's just about recognizing that and allowing yourself as best you can, and also asking for support when you need it from people around that love you. Okay, so just getting on to the weekly reading now. So get on to Monday. So Monday, it's a little bit of a carefree energy, excuse me. I've got a bit of a runny nose at the moment. A bit of a carefree energy and a bit of a flow here. And it's that thing too, they're saying recognize what works, recognize what doesn't work, and go with what works. It's quite simple really for Monday. There are going to be a few things that are going to pop up. I'm going to feel with work. And a little bit, it's funny, it's almost like in in the first half of the day trying to get to work or trying to do things or set things up or whatever, that there might be a couple of bumps there, but it's that thing about sort of going, okay, cool, if this is not working, if there's resistance, if it's not flowing, or it's feeling heavy, it's all right, I'm just going to go for something that feels better, that's got more flow, that's got a more beautiful channel, that's actually resonating with me, which is getting on to Tuesday. And it's that thing too about looking at where you are at the moment and what's resonating at the moment instead of what was resonating last week or last month or year or whatever the case. It's that thing that there is quite a lot of shedding going on at the moment, and there is quite a lot of change and self-expression and actually change of identity as well. So it's that thing about being able to, just sort of amalgamate yourself with what can be fun and exciting. And sometimes that can be a little bit nervy because you've never done it before. Because we, as the saying goes, we are creatures of habit a bit, but it's that thing that it's very easy to sort of start to do something new, and then it just becomes normal very quickly. So getting on to Wednesday. So, all right, so, all right, so they're talking about 5 positive things. Okay, so what they said is this is not so much affirmations, because I want to talk about affirmations, but the thing is, if you don't really allow yourself to really embrace what you're saying on a mental level, on a visual level, an emotional level, a spiritual level, or whatever it is, but really I call it like the triad of affirmations. So you've got the affirmation, you've got how does it look, and then how does it feel down the bottom here as the base. So write down 5 things about yourself. I am open to, to new experiences. I'm open to meeting new people. I do things to the best of my ability. I always try to speak with my heart. Say these things 5 times, write them down, and as you write them down, stop afterwards, look at it, say it out loud, and then just take 10 to 30 seconds actually becoming what this is, whatever that may be. And it's that thing too, repetition, and you can look at epigenetics with Bruce Lipton. He's quite good with this sort of stuff about changing patterns in your subconscious. So yeah, if you can do that on Wednesday, Thursday. So Thursday, all right, they said sometimes being spiritual and being open is saying no, because I can feel my heart really opening up here. And there's some people I can feel out there that keep giving their stuff away, but then end up in a bit of a difficult position. I'm laughing because they said you were going to say shit position and you held back there. I love my guides. We have great contact, great conversations, but it's that thing which if you do something in which you feel like you should or you have to or that sort of thing, and then afterwards you actually feel deflated, well, this isn't a great choice for yourself, and there's something that's actually not energizing you. It's actually you're giving your power away. So sometimes being open-hearted, being spiritual, being loving is actually saying no, I can't do that. It's actually going another time. It's actually saying no, I've got to look out for what I need to do now, that sort of thing. So that is being open-hearted, because it's being open-hearted in all ways. Getting on to Friday here, Friday. So this is about base energies actually, and it's also they're talking about finances here. So it's that thing, they're saying, how do you talk to yourself about finances? So this is something which I've been concentrating on for a couple of years now, and a couple of years, quite a long time before that, and not about finances, but just about your mind chatter, or what you say just in brief conversation, like, oh no, I can't afford that, I haven't got the money for that. Instead you could say something like, well, I actually choose not to spend money on that at this moment. Just sort of catch yourself about where is your money, financial pitfalls. And they're saying it all starts with, you know, how you speak to yourself, and also about your emotional state around that thing. So this is that thing, when you've got something to pay for, your rego, your bills, whatever, be happy that you've got the money for that, and go, hell yeah, here's the money. You know, I can pay this bill, I can do this, I can, you know, get this done, I've got the money, I'm really happy about it. That actually brings on an abundance mindset. So just watch out for that, and I would recommend for you to do this. Don't do your head in, but just be mindful of that. So getting on to Saturday. Oh, it's funny. They just said, and yeah, they just said that, you know, every person on earth here is actually an angel with their wings clipped. And we forget that sometimes. We forget that. And so, you know, if things, you're having a difficult time, or it's not working, or that sort of thing, bring yourself back to that point. And bring yourself back to, actually, I can fly, I can do these things. You know, am I not allowing myself to fly at this moment? You know, and it's about empowering yourself. Yeah, that's it for Saturday. Yeah, nice and nice, short, nice, beautiful one. I like that. I like that a lot. They're saying just something to remind yourself of. Just anytime, really. You're feeling good, do it. You're not feeling good, do it. You know, tell other people. All this beautiful stuff. Okay, so Sunday. There's just a day off straight away. Day off. So yeah, they're going to day off, mate. How often do you give yourself a day off? So it's about doing something which wholly and totally fulfills you. That could be, you know, cooking up a great meal with friends. It could be taking some time out, going into nature. It could be like I just did. I just had a bath for an hour with some oils and some incense, and just allowed myself to chill. So whatever it is, so Sunday is your day. And they just, and saying now they're going, look, we'd like you to know on a very deep level that we never go from you. We never leave you. That we're always here by your side. And that we always hear everything that you say to us. So, you know, that there's never a time when you aren't supported and when you aren't loved. So they're saying, you know, ask us to come close and do some fun things with you. Ask us to come close and help support you. Ask us to come close. They're saying, as David does when he walks along the beach and he's looking at the water and he asks us to walk with him. He doesn't ask us to do anything. He doesn't ask us to you know, make anything happen. He just asks us to stand by his side, to walk with him, and to feel us with him. And you can do this too. It's actually quite a beautiful exercise. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, the more contact you'll get with spirit, the more you'll develop yourself psychically, the more you'll be able to tune into energies, and the more you'll have good contact with your guides. So really good one, and very foundational for a lot of things, in which, you know, I teach students, you know, when I'm doing psychic development work and energy work and teaching, that sort of thing. But we'll just leave it there for the week. I want to thank you very much for joining me. I want to thank you all. Yeah, I just want to thank you all in general. Thanks a lot, man. Always good. And love getting your messages, love getting more likes and subscribed and sharing all that sort of stuff. But it's just really nice connecting with you. And, you know, last of all, I just want to thank my beautiful friend Leela. I love you a lot. I miss you already. And I'll be talking to you very soon. Okay, have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Cheers. Big love.